Right then folks, Greeno here, out and about again. Now where am I today? I'm not in Dorset, I'm not even in England. I have caught a plane over to Dublin, capital city of Ireland. I'm here for a couple of days, just one night, but we're going to get about the city, see what we can find that's good to eat and have a little explore while we're here. So, where's the first place I have pitched up? Not long off the plane, got a bus into town and I've come to a place called the Brazen Head. Now the reason I've come here is it's Ireland's oldest pub. Now of course, Ireland is known for its pub tradition, isn't it? And if it's the oldest pub in Ireland, I mean that's been going for a while, hasn't it? Apparently it's from the 12th century, so some history behind it. Now, the other reason I come here, well twofold really. Apparently they do a cracking pint of Guinness, but they also use that Guinness to make a beef and Guinness stew, which I've heard is pretty damn good. So we're going to get inside and we're going to give both of those things a try. Come on. Right, so I'm inside and I am seated, and I really have to say I like the vibe of this place. It's a proper old school Irish pub, lots of sort of dark wood everywhere, red furniture, lots of things all over the walls. It's a really, really cool place. So, first meal here in Dublin on this trip, we've got to go for something fairly traditional, haven't we? Obviously ordered a pint of Guinness, got to be done while you're here, isn't it, when in Rome and all that. But I've also ordered a beef and Guinness stew. Now that's going to be interesting. We're in the autumn time here, that's exactly the kind of food you want. Kind of sticks to your ribs a little bit, keeps the cool out, although in fairness it's quite a nice warm autumnal day here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Anyway, let's have a little bit more of a look around the pub. Okay, my pint of Guinness has arrived. The first pint of Guinness on this trip. I am, what, an hour off the plane maybe? Start zooming to go on, eh? Take a look at it. So I'm going to be filming a few different episodes here in Dublin, I think 3 or 4 probably in total. And so we'll try some of the other local drinks while we're going around trying things, but first thing you've got to do is obviously have a pint of Guinness, isn't it? Now this does look really, really nice. Very nice creamy top to it. No nonsense drawn in the top like you get back home sometimes by people who think they're clever. Just a proper pint, poured well. Nice little head on it. This is going to be yummy, I'm sure. Oh yeah. Smooth, creamy, a little bit bitter on the back of the tongue, on the back of the mouth, but with a sweetness too. Bit more. Oh. That's the good stuff. So I've actually been to Ireland quite a lot over the years, but not Dublin so much. I think I first came to Dublin when I was about 17, so we're going back a while. I came with a buddy of mine from school who has Irish family, and so we stayed with their family here in Dublin for a few days. And they got a bus over to Quay, which was an interesting kind of little trip. I think I've only been back once between then and now. I've been to Limerick loads and loads of times with work and social events, that sort of thing, and down to Cork, but not so much Dublin. So, yeah, really interested to see how it is at the moment. Of course, Ireland is a country with a great pub tradition, isn't it? All around the country, really great local kind of pubs. And even the same in here in Dublin as well. Obviously you've got sort of bigger trendy bars, but there's lots of really cool sort of proper pubs around. So they're the kind of places I'll be looking for to maybe have a pint of it later on today. Obviously loads of them still have Irish music playing live most evenings, if not every evening. Really get the atmosphere going. A few pints of Guinness, a bit of jigging about. You can't go wrong, can you? Okay, my beef and Guinness stew has just arrived with mash on the top of it. Come in and take a closer look. Okay, cutlery brought to my table too. Knife, fork and a spoon. So you're not going to waste any of that goodness in amongst that gravy in the stew. You can dig in with the spoon and eat it like a soup at the end. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So we've got the mash here. It's like a herby mash. I don't know whether it's just parsley in there or something, or whether it's some spring onion tops chopped in there or something. Yeah, just a bit of parsley. Very nicely seasoned mash though. You can pick up the salt flavour in there. Quite a thick, substantial mash. And not lumpy, but kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not solid either. But substantial. Substantial, let's put it that way. But yeah, that's really, really flavoursome mash, that really is. I like that. This gravy that the stew is made in has got such a lovely shine to it. Really glossy. And that's from where the beer is cooked out and all the meat juices and a little bit of fat from the meat gets in there. And this produces such a lovely, it's quite thick gravy, but not so thick that you need to cut it with a knife like my old man's gravy used to be. And there's beef in here and there's vegetables. What have we got here? This looks like a bit of carrot or something. Cook until it's really nice and soft, but not like mushy, which is nice. That's really nice. When you have stews, you don't want the vegetables to really have much bite to them, do you? You want them to be kind of cooked down and soft, because obviously the meat is kind of soft too. The gravy is exceptional. Let me see if I can get a bit here on the spoon, just try that by itself. It's like a sort of really rich, kind of almost like an oxtail soup. So much flavour in there. Beautifully seasoned. You can pick up the salt, pick up the pepper. That's delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, we haven't tried any of the meat out of the stew yet, have we? So this is obviously beef. Will have been stewed up over a long period of time. That is nice and soft too. Got a little bit of chew to it. Not completely melt in your mouth. But sometimes with a stew you don't want it. You want it to have a little bit of texture too. In combination, when you get a bit of everything together, it's delicious. So we've got the sweet carrots here, the kind of savouriness of that beef, that rich, deep gravy. Oh my. That is a proper winter warmer of a dish, it really is. Wow. And like I say, having the Guinness in there makes a real difference to it. It gives it such a depth of flavour. I think I just found a slice of mushroom. Oh dear, I'll have to look out for that. Oh, but at least it's in that rich, deep gravy. So it's kind of masked a little bit. Good Lord. This is what I'm talking about. I've just found some celery in here too. So you've got all those classic kind of stew vegetables in there. Each of them adding their own little bit to the flavour. And of course when they stew down, they kind of lose some of their own flavour, take on the flavour of the gravy and the sauce there. So they're not quite so pronounced, but they fed into the overall dish. That is great. And of course we've got the Guinness here to accompany it, with there being Guinness in the stew. What better thing to accompany it than a pint of Guinness? Oh yeah. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Absolutely outstanding. Now, it's not a cheap plate of food. This bowl of stew with the mash, I think on the menu was €19.90. So just shy of €20. So what's that in sterling? 17.50, something like that. £17. But what I will say is it's absolutely packed with meat. And it's just delicious. It's delicious. I would happily pay this money for this dish all day long. Yeah, I don't know how much the Guinness is yet. We'll have to see that when the bill comes at the end. But this is the sort of food you expect when you come to Ireland, isn't it? It's famous for certain things. You've got Irish stew, you've got kind of seafood chowders, full Irish breakfast. You've got a beef and Guinness stew. That's right up there, isn't it? And this, as a beef and Guinness stew goes, it's right up there itself. In case you didn't realise, I am really enjoying this. So I'm going to finish this up, finish my Guinness, maybe even have another one, who knows. And then we'll get the bill and we'll go outside and talk about it a bit more. Oh yes. Sláinte. Right then guys, so what can I say about that I haven't already said inside? That was absolutely delicious. I've been a good boy actually and finished with just the 1 pint of Guinness. I decided if I'm going to go somewhere and try something else a bit later on, maybe I'll want a pint then, so let's not go mad too early in the day, eh? We don't want to turn it into one of Dino's blackout videos today, do we? So, the pub itself, so much history in there, a really nice vibe. It's busy. I mean, I'm here at about 1:30 now on a weekday afternoon, and it is busy. Lots of sort of tourist people in as well. I guess being Ireland's oldest pub is quite an attraction. Yeah, I really liked it. The service was very friendly, very efficient. Didn't take long for my lunch to come at all, and the pint of Guinness that was poured was absolutely spot on. It was delicious as well. So I've got the bill here in my pocket somewhere. Where have I put that? Here we go. So, as I mentioned in the video, the beef and Guinness stew was indeed €19.90. So just shy of €20, and I think that's about £17 UK. The pint of Guinness, €7.60. So that's probably about £6.50-ish, isn't it? Which, okay, is a little strong, but Ireland's expensive from what I understand, so that's just how it is. So, €27.50 overall. Now, I gotta say, even though it's only the one dish, it was a very hearty dish, and along with the pint of Guinness, it's more than enough to fill you up. I'll say it's not a warm autumnal day, but it's quite a nice autumnal day. It's about 12-13 degrees, I think, and it's just what you need just to fill you up. It kind of sticks to your ribs a little bit. It's that kind of autumnal winter kind of dish, isn't it? And it was exceptional. The flavours were phenomenal, and I'll even forgive them for putting mushrooms in it. I'm that kind of guy. So, we've got to give it a score, haven't we? How are we going to score this one? There's not really anything I can fault about it, to be honest with you. I like the vibe, I loved the food, I liked the beer, the service was decent, and the price isn't outrageous. First trip to Dublin for a number of years. It's going to be my first 5 in Dublin here, I think. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for this one. It is really good. I recommend it. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this first video of mine from Dublin, Ireland, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. Always helps with the channel. And if you've got any ideas, recommendations of places that I should be visiting while I'm here, stick them down in the comments section below. Always open to recommendations. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video and you think you'll enjoy some more, why not consider subscribing to the channel? You can ding your bell for notifications, and that way YouTube will always tell you when I upload a new video, and you won't miss it. Right, that's it from me, from the Brazen Head for now. Where to next? Somewhere else in Dublin, of course. You'll have to find out where on the next video, though. Bye for now.